Some warriors fade into history on purpose. Press like if you believe their stories still matter. Subscribe for more untold tales of the shadows. The desert sun beat down on the Arizona firing range like a hammer on an anvil. Heat waves shimmered above the cracked earth as a line of shooters took their positions at Lane 7. Among them stood a woman who didn't seem to belong. Early 60s, silver hair tied in a no-nonsense bun, wearing faded jeans and a loose flannel shirt rolled up at the sleeves. "Ma'am," the range officer said, not unkindly. "You sure you don't want to start at the beginner lanes?" The woman, Maggie to her neighbor's back in Sedona, that quiet widow who tends roses, just smiled and slid her hearing protection into place at the far end of the complex. A group of Navy SEALs fresh from training jogged toward the high-speed tactical lanes. Their commander, a grizzled veteran with 3 decades of service, scanned the range out of habit. Then he froze, his eyes locked onto the old woman's forearm as she raised her pistol. The tattoo was faded but unmistakable, a winged dagger with Cyrillic script beneath it. "Jesus Christ," the commander breathed. "That's..." The range officer's story. Ben Hadley had worked the Phoenix Tactical Range for 12 years. He'd seen everything from FBI trainees to celebrity shooters, but this Tuesday morning started like any other until the SEAL team arrived. "Sir," Ben approached the stone-still commander. "Everything all right?" The SEAL didn't answer. He was staring at Lane 7, where the silver-haired woman was methodically putting rounds through the same hole at 25 yards. "Who was that?" the commander finally asked. Ben shrugged. "Regular. Comes every Thursday and Tuesday like clockwork. Brings her own reloads." The woman ejected her magazine, examined her target with a critical eye, then loaded another round with practiced ease. The SEAL commander started walking toward her. Ben hurried to keep up. "Sir, you can't just..." "Ma'am?" The commander's voice cracked slightly. "Your tattoo." The woman didn't turn. "What about it?" "It's Spetsnaz." A beat of silence. The desert wind carried the scent of gunpowder between them. Finally, she lowered her pistol and turned. Her eyes, a startling ice blue, assessed the commander like she was measuring him for a coffin. She corrected. "A long time ago. Moscow, 1983. Her name wasn't Maggie then. It was Lieutenant Maria Volkova, one of only 3 women ever selected for the Soviet Union's most elite Special Forces unit. The tattoo had been inked after her first black operation in Afghanistan, a badge of honor for men who'd initially resisted her presence. The Americans never knew about her. The Russians forgot her on purpose. The night the Berlin Wall fell, she disappeared into the chaos with nothing but her sidearm and the documents that proved what she'd really been doing all those years. The range, present day the SEAL commander, who'd studied Cold War special ops history obsessively, felt the hair on his neck stand up. "You're the ghost." A faint smile touched her lips. "That's what your CIA called me." Around them, the SEAL team had gone utterly still. One of the younger operators mouthed, "What the fuck?" to his teammate. The commander extended his hand. "Ma'am, it's an honor to." Maggie shook her head. "No." She ejected the round from her chamber, cleared the pistol, and placed it in her case with ritualistic care. "The honor was making sure men like you never had to meet me in the field." As she walked away, the commander snapped to attention and threw up a salute so sharp it could have cut glass. His team, confused but trusting their leader, followed suit. Maggie didn't look back. She never did. But as her truck disappeared down the desert road, the commander turned to his stunned team. "That woman probably has more confirmed kills than this entire platoon combined." He swallowed hard. "And we owe her our lives 20 times over." Epilogue. The Rose Garden back in Sedona. Maggie tended her roses as the sunset painted the red rocks in fiery hues. The small shed behind her cottage, always locked, contained just 3 things: a Soviet-issue Makarov Pistola faded photograph of young soldiers in Afghanistan, a Medal of Honor sent anonymously after the Cold War ended. She never spoke of her past. But sometimes, when the desert wind blew just right, she'd smile at nothing and whisper in perfect Russian, "The ghosts remember." The Yindi